Good morning. Today we're at Villa De Leyva. Left Bogota last night and we have a pool in our hostel. It is absolutely freezing though, so I'm gonna get out and then I'll show you around the hostel. What other things we have. So starting off the tour, we obviously have the pool, which you've already seen. It's quite big and it's the first hostel that I've been to with a pool. Then we have Nomada, which is a restaurant in our courtyard. All the apartments are around the pool, and then there's some behind the main house, which is where I'll take you now. Coming into the main house, we have our courtyard, which is quite nice. We have a kitchen, which is also quite nice. Some study rooms in here. And then over the other side of the courtyard, we have a cinema room, which is really nice. Nice and cozy in here. Got some beanbags and a TV. The other Selena hostel in Bogota has a massive projector screen. This only has a TV. And then we have a library with some very big books here. And then just a small library here, which is nice to chill. You can also do some work. And this is the Selena hostel in Villa De Leyva. So if you're ever here, then make sure you stay here because I highly recommend it. You've got a pool and there's not many hostels that get pools. And then there's a few Selena hostels around Colombia. It's a bit of a chain and they all seem quite good. So definitely a good place to stay. Yeah, got it. Are you hiding? Got it. Ah. This is the view from our balcony, which is amazing. It's such a nice day in Villa De Leyva. It's so peaceful in this hostel. I'm just sitting here on a lounger with my porridge by the pool. And it's nice and warm, but it's not too hot and it's not too bright either, which is nice. Don't know what I'm going to be doing today, but I'll let you know as soon as I do. So we're out here ready to go quad biking, but I, as usual, forgot something. I forgot the clip for the attachment to put the GoPro on a chest mount, so I'm gonna have to hold it in my hand whilst go-karting. Whilst quad biking, which is going to be really difficult and awkward, but we'll see how it goes. Here we go. Got the helmets on now. Quads are out, ready to go on them. So this helmet's a bit wobbly, a bit loose, so I'm not that confident with the helmet, but it's the best I'm gonna get. So we've made our first stop because of me. The helmet was far too big and I couldn't see it, kept bouncing everywhere. So the guy, he's gone off and we're just waiting here for him to come back with another helmet. So our first actual stop along the quad biking trip is this little pond, and it's got the local flowering, which is Flor de Loto, I think it's called, and they grow up out of the water, and then loads of lily pads, which is quite cool. I've now got a helmet that I wouldn't say fits me, but it's definitely better. And the buckle is broken, so I've had to tie it, so hopefully I don't fall off. So this is our final stop, I think, which is called the Red Lake, or Red Pool, because obviously the water is red. And I think he said that it's actually salt water somehow, but I'm not sure how, probably from all like the mineral deposits. just got back to the hostel. Quad biking was so good, it was so fun, wasn't it?
So good, yeah.
So now we're just chilling by the pool. I think I'm gonna go in to cool down because it was so sweaty, quad biking. And then what are we doing after it?
We're going to go for a little hike to a viewing point, which is about 45 minutes from here.
And you can see the whole town, and we're gonna try and time it right so we get a sunset, so it should be quite good. We're on our way up to this vantage point, or this viewpoint even, and you're definitely not gonna get a sunset now. We waited like an hour until around sunset, and just as we set off it started raining, and now it's pissing down. And we also don't even know if we're going the right way up. We're just kind of climbing and hoping that we get there eventually, but the rocks are quite slippy because they're wet, so they're a little bit dangerous too. We haven't made it all the way to the top because it's really wet now and we don't want to get all the way up and the rocks be even wetter by the time we're coming down, and it's starting to get dark too. But there's the view of Villa De Leyva, which is quite big. It's quite a big town. The view would probably be better if it was sunny and not dark and raining, but you know, it is what it is. I think coming up here was maybe the worst decision we've made the entire time we've been in Colombia, because it is so wet, the rocks are so slippy, and you're having to hold on to like tree branches to get down them, and it's just a nightmare. There's lightning, we could get hit by lightning, but I doubt it. Probably not gonna happen. But we are absolutely drenched. This rain is coming down really bad now, like it's really heavy, and we're absolutely drenched. And we've still got probably about 20 minutes before we get back to the hostel, if not maybe half an hour. So we're going to be absolutely soaking. Luckily I wore shorts that I went in the pool in, they were already wet, so that's alright, and my coat is holding up well, so I should be fine. But Chris is wearing joggers, so they're going to be absolutely soaking all night, probably not going to dry. Here's an idea of how dark it gets in this town. It's 20 past 6, it's not even that late, and it's pitch black. So the sun only sets at, what time does sunset?
Sunset's at 6 o'clock.
Sunset at 6 o'clock, it's 10 past 6, and it's pitch black. You can't see me. The quality of this video is going to be awful, but you can just see down the street lights, just how dark it is.
Also, it's a good time. It's a good job we turned back when we did, because 10 minutes ago we were halfway down the mountain.
Yeah, and it was getting dark very fast and slippy. It would have been a nightmare being up there right now, having to still come down in this. This is horrible. It's so heavy. It's an actual thunderstorm. My feet are soaking, I'm soaking, and we're still nowhere near our hostel, and there's no shelter at all unless we go into a shop. After waiting all day for our stuff to dry from the thunderstorm yesterday, we finally left Villa De Leyva. We're on our way to St Hill, where we'll be spending the next few days. So that is the end of this video, and I'll see you in St Hill. So as always, like the video, comment below, and subscribe if you're not already, and remember, keep exploring.